Welcome back. This time I will talk about another MSI device called DeMultiplexer, or short form as DeMux. Actually, DeMultiplexer is the reverse operation of multiplexer. If you still remember, previously I've explained about multiplexer is a device which transmit an input from multiple input lines to the single output based on the selector value. All right, so this is input data, multiple input data, and then this the selector, and this is the output. In opposite, the multiplexer take a single data line and connect to output side which has multiple output lines. Right, this is output, also based on the selectors. So this is an input, single input, and this multiple output, you can name it as a Y as well, right? And this one the selector. Similarly, since we have 2x1 multiplexer which has two input, one select and one output, or 4x1 multiplexer, 4 input, 1 output and 2 select line, S1, S0, or this one is S0, and this could be I0, I1, and similarly this one is I0, I1, I2, I3, and the numbers can increase based on the number of selector and the input lines. All right. On the other hand, the multiplexer take the opposite value, which is we can have 1/2 demultiplexer. We have one input line, one select, and two outputs, which is this one is Y0, Y1, and we have I. So this is Y, and we have select line. And similarly, we can also have 1, 2, 4, okay, demultiplexer, and we have two select line, S01 and S0. All right, so the basic principle is this is from a multiplexer. It is from many to one, okay, many input to one output. On the other hand, the multiplexer take one input to many outputs. All right, so you can remember this to understand about multiplexer based on the select input data. Okay, all right, let's see how we can construct a truth table for a simple demultiplexer. Let's say we take 1 to 2 demultiplexer, one single selector, so we name it S0, and this is input, and output we have Y0 and Y1. Okay, so this is 1/2 demultiplexer. Okay, so how will the truth table looks like? So we have on the input side, we have input, we have a select, and then on the output side, since we have two output, we have Y0 and Y1. So so input, let's say we have only one input, I0, so data select can take the value of 0 or 1, and since we have only one input, so the input doesn't change. So on the output side, okay, internally, okay, as I explained in the multiplexer, internal connection in the multiplexer is also like a switch line like this, which is we have this one, and we have also the connection to Y0 and Y1 from the data I to the select S0. So what happened is, when the select data can take whether 0 or 1. So when the select data is 0, okay, so this switch will close. So I will go into the Y0. Okay, so Y0 equal to I, or I0. Okay. And then next, when the select data S0 is equal to 1, this time this circuit will be open or disconnected, and it will go through this line and connect to Y1. So Y1 will become I0. So the truth table will be, if the select is 0, data is I0, so Y0 will be 1, will be I0, and Y1 will become 0. Okay, and then when the select is equal to 1, so the output will be Y0 will be 0, disconnected, and Y1 will be I0. Okay, how does the equation will be? So Y0 equal to I0 as 0 bar. Okay, so we have I0 as 0 bar, since this is 0. And the second equation, Y1 is equal to I0 as 0, so without bar. Okay, so we have two equations. So like okay, we have 1 to 2 DeMultiplexer. So we have one input, one select, and two output, Y0 and Y1. So if we have 1 to 4 DeMultiplexer, so we have one input still, 4 output. Okay, so this is 4, and then we need 2 input select. So your equation will increase accordingly based on the output numbers. Okay, which means for 1 by 2 DeMux, we have 1 0 and 1 Y1 equal to the equation just now. So for 1 to 4 DeMultiplexer, we will need 1 0 Y1 Y2 and Y3 Boolean expression to build the circuits. Right? You can try to build the circuit based on the equation that you can obtain from the same truth table method as I shown in previous page. Okay. All right. Last one is regarding the input, another input parameters. So beside this I0, and let's say this is 1 by 2 DeMux, we have one select lines here. We have output Y0 and 1. As I explained in the DeMultiplexer, we may have another input which is called as enable. So enable can be active high, or it can take another type which is has a bubble here. If it has a bubble, we call as active low. Okay, so active high and active low. Right, active high, the MSI device or the DeMultiplexer only will be activated if the enable input is equal to 1, and in opposite, the active low type devices will only activated or turn on if the input is equal to 0. So please remember this. This is a very important input which exists in almost all the IC types that you will see in the digital system. So active high and active low, this terminology. All right, that's it for today for DeMultiplexer. Thank you very much.